Hi.
All right, so let's go ahead and pull up our build viewer for our Jinan. Now, the Jinan is a Tier 10 Pan-Asian light cruiser. Uh, Characteristics, short duration smoke, very much like the Pan-Asian destroyers. It's got really good rapid fire guns that actually got buffed recently. It's got deep water torpedoes, and it has a torpedo reload booster consumable to pump them out even faster. Now, comes at a bit of a price. Of course, she's quite not well armored at all. So it's very easy to lose a lot of hit points very easily. And the other big thing I find with the Jinan is it's not really able to make a huge impact on the battle unless you're able to kill the destroyer earlier, like right away. Yeah, it's a super mega deep water flint. That's a good way of putting it, Cthulhu. Oh, speaking of which, I need to pop out my chat windows. I was wondering, I'm like, why is chat not showing up on either of these streams? And that's because I forgot to pop out the chat windows. Derp. All right, ad break is about to come up for in a moment. Don't forget, I'm also streaming over on YouTube, so you can skip out of ad breaks. Okay, so let's take a look at Weatherlight's build. He used a cover my replay over on the rerun channel to force this one. Immediately, I'm noticing that Weatherlight didn't take a second slot. He probably had something there, and then that got removed, or he sold it or something. Maybe one of the upgrade modules for something. But you should at least be running engine room protection. Beyond that, I wouldn't run any of these other two anyways. Main armaments is fine. Torpedo tubes, I don't like. Propulsion is fine, I think. What's your maneuverability? 7.68. That's fine. I always want cruisers to be under 10-second maneuverability. Concealment is fine, and main battery mod 3 is fine. Alternately, if you find that enemies are too far away from you, you can always go for the gun range upgrade instead. Keeping in mind that if you were to do that, thank you very much. If you were to do that, at long range, it's very hard to hit items, right? Hit targets. But you might find yourself having the ability to actually shoot things instead of chase after them. That comes in handy. Slot 3 should be smoke generator mod, in my opinion. It's short duration smoke, getting a little bit extra action time for the consumable. Gives you a little bit larger smoke screen, assuming you're moving at, say, a quarter speed or whatnot. I think that would be a better choice than torpedo reload, or torpedo tubes, I mean. If you don't want to get the smoke generator, aiming systems would be a good pick as well. Okay. We don't know what kind of Captain Weatherlight is using. So I'll assume it's a standard, and I want to show you guys a couple of things with it as well. If you pick one of the wrongs, there's the Da wrong and Quan wrong. One of these I think is coal, and the other one is doubloons. You'll notice that there is a buff to survivability expert, and there's also a buff to demolition expert. So we have some enhanced commander skills if you take one of the wrongs. Beyond that, Captain Bunny has a buff as well to survivability expert and to grease the gears. Commander Rabbit, same deal. I have no idea where those came from or whatever. And then you've got Sajian Bing, which is the special commander here with skills and talents as well. So you have Combat Scout giving you a reload time. Now, you're probably not going to get Combat Scout in a Jinan. Wouldn't worry about that. It ships with 6 torpedoes, and you get 5% extra speed, torpedo reload booster cooldown, and 1 extra charge of torpedo reload booster. This is actually really nice to have on a Jinan. And then emergency supplies, you get buff to your consumable preparation and reload time after taking 1.5 million potential damage. So you can smoke up sooner and stuff. So Sajian Bing is probably a good captain to put on a Jinan if you play it a lot. Alternately, I would probably put one of the wrongs on. We'll assume it's a standard captain for now and go from there. So for your build, you've got Swift Fish, Demolition Expert, Superintendent, Concealment Expert, and Survivability Expert. Personally, I don't like it. I think you'd be better suited getting priority target first. I am a priority target enjoyer. To me, that's what this ship is all about. If I'm spotted, I need to know how many people are going to shoot me. How screwed am I about to become? This is a very important skill, especially on a ship like that's got the smoke screen. I want to know, do I need a smoke or can I wait a little bit? If one person's targeting me and I know who that is, I can probably wait a little bit. But if 5 people are targeting me or 3, I'm gonna smoke. Um, in the first slot here, I understand Swift Fish. Um, Again, I wouldn't build this for torpedoes. I'd build it for guns and think that it's, oh yeah, it's got torpedoes when it's needed. Um, if you really want to go torpedo build, I'm surprised you don't have Torpedo 2's modification 2 there, instead going for guns. Anyway, I think Last Stand is going to be a better pick for you early on. You don't want to lose your engines, and if you do lose your engines, you don't want to lose your maneuverability. This allows you to DCP an engine break your engine again, and still get out of trouble. Whereas if you don't have this, you DCP an engine break, your engines break again, you're screwed. So I think Last Stand is a better pick to start overall. Superintendent is fine because you have a heal. So I'd probably start by going like this. Definitely want to get Adrenaline Rush. And then, where are we at? We're at 16 out of 21 points. So you've got a couple of options here moving forward. I don't think you want to go for IFHE. I don't necessarily know that you want to go for Demolition Expert. 1% extra HE chance. Honestly, you've got so many shells firing off. 1% isn't it's not that big of a deal. And you're going to make up for that anyway with flags, possibly. So I would say you're better off holding off on that. Exactly, Cthulhu. Your engines and rudder are very fragile. Um, so what I might do is I might go for Consumable Specialist. This helps, especially your torpedo reload booster. It helps your smoke. It helps your defensive anti-air. But really, it's these two that are very important. Yeah, exactly, Who Gem. Demo is pretty useless. I like Consumables Specialist a lot, and that leaves you room for a 4-point skill or some other ones here. Now, let's think about what other ones you could use. Obviously, radio location helps you if you're trying to hunt down a destroyer. You're in a Jinan, it's going to be hard to do so anyway, and you don't have hydroacoustic. Top grade gunner, honestly, if somebody's within your detectability range, you're probably screwed. I don't know if top grade gunner is that useful for you. Pack a Punch. Now, Pack a Punch is very nice with your deep water torpedoes, and you've got a lot of those. So that might be a consideration. Pack a Punch is a thought. Focus fire training for anti-air. You've got great anti-air on this line. It's one of the characteristics, but keep in mind, a good carrier player will know to dodge you, and a bad carrier player is probably going to lose their planes in your anti-air anyways. Is focus fire training that important, therefore? Probably not, in my opinion. Consumables enhancements for extra uptime for your smoke generator is nice. That's the only thing you're getting out of it. That's a lot to pay for this. So you've got Fill the Tubes. This might come in handy. You've got Swift Fish that could come in handy. I know you were running that before. This is one of those where, there's a lot of other options. Let me go ahead and do this. Let's go with builds. And let's see what the recommended build is going to be for the Jinan, at least with the document I use. Now, this is a document put together by a lot of different Unicum players, and you'll see that they recommend priority target. They do start, though, with Swift Fish, and I don't know that I like that. I think you're far better off with the protection, the inherent protection of Last Stand. They do recommend one of the wrongs because you get the buff to Survivability Expert, and they recommend this this one here. This is, let's go back to it, heavy HE and SAP, because your gun caliber is lower than 149, so you're getting a flat 10% buff to your HE, and frankly, with this line, you're only shooting HE. So I get that. I think that's nice. Now, what else did they recommend? They went with torpedo stuff. So you can choose to go like this, or you could choose to go this. If you want to dump the torps all the time, this might be the better choice for you. If you find yourself wishing, gee, I really wish I had my smoke available sooner, or I really wish I had my torpedo reload booster available sooner, then you might want to consider going consumables specialist instead. These are your last skills. Your last two skills, I would say, do decide on these two or this one. That's how I would do it. And flags, you got no flags. It's fine. It's a random battle. Obviously, protection, fire chance, heal boost, speed, consumables, smoke are all flags that'd be very handy for a Jinan. Maybe even flood chance. Probably not so much flood chance. All right, let's get to the battle. I got to get Stream Raiders running. All right. Big O, did you catch any of the games today?
Mm-mm.
Good luck and fair seas.
Oh, fair enough. We had some interesting battles. You are in a straight tier 10. Actually, is this a Q dump? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a Q dump. Wow.
Let's give them a hard time.
Looks like NA server. So this one's gonna be a bit of a toughie for you. You have to think about where you want to position yourself. Islands are your friend in this ship. You don't think of the smoke as, well, I can just sail out in front and smoke. You think of it as, I get behind an island and I use a smoke if I absolutely need to. Oh, look, it's the cots. I saw this at cots. Weatherlight is wisely slowing down. I like that idea, honestly. Enemy has 1 destroyer, Shimikaze. Your team has 2 destroyers. They are not divisioned, so they are on opposite sides of the map. That should, in theory, give you guys quite an advantage. Des Moines spotted, though, and you're very close to the Des Moines radar range, so I would actually choose to either turn north here, or I would dive to the island. And the fact that you're looking to shoot the Mecklenburg, I would probably turn north. The farther away you are, the higher your shells will arc into their target. Yamato. And look, there's the face. Aw, we lost that Stream Raiders battle. I'm so upset. Doing a nice job of staying outside of the radar range of the Des Moines. So far you've got 1 fire, and that's despite specking into Demolition Expert. So, hey Ken, you finally got your Vamp Deuce. Nice, congratulations. You got detected momentarily, so you're gonna smoke up. I would be very cautious here. Also, you might want to consider using your torpedo reload booster. Mecklenburg's in front of you. You could start shooting him. I like how you kept at a quarter speed until the smoke screen set thing popped up, and then you stopped and reversed. That's smart. Give yourself a very nice large smoke screen area. And that mech is dead anyway. There's 3 Des Moines on the enemy team. Just noticed that. Wow. Hey, Revenge. How did the Enterprise tournament work out? Fine. We had a bit of a scare this morning. We didn't realize that the tournament would start an hour earlier than yesterday, which started an hour earlier than Friday. So that was a bit of a, you know, panicky moment for us. But we got into it, we got through it, and some crazy games, some absolutely crazy games. One game that we should have gotten to a game 3 right off the bat, but somebody brought an illegal comp. And then there was another that they were just this close from victory, and then they decided, nah, I don't want to push. The Des Moines is reversing. I think your shells might miss here. Hey, Grumpy. Making the lights green. Nice. Oof. Somebody smashed that Des Moines. Probably they're sleeping. Des Moines thinks he's probably on his way out, so he's going to radar. Yeah, I was going to say, be very cautious here. You're on radar, you're spotted, and you're coming out in front of everything else. I'm doing fine, Grumpy. How are you? Yeah, broadside to Des Moines hurts. You should be healing, by the way. There you go. And you're radared again. What do you know? Fortunately, neither of these Des Moines can sit still. Your team is completely wrapped around. You're debating getting either Anhalt or Brandenburg. Big O, which would you prefer? Brandenburg?
Yeah, Brandenburg.
That's what I figured you'd say. I've seen you play Brandenburg. I haven't seen you play Anhalt, though.
I don't have Animal.
I don't think it's as good of a ship anyway. So.
No, it has. Anhalt is more main gun. Brandenburg is definitely more secondary.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, Shikishima's just outside of your range. Weatherlight, one other thing you might want to consider is getting in the habit of using the shift key to snap zoom in and snap zoom out instead of whatever. You were watching that one, then friends came over. Yeah, that one was tough to watch because it was such a good game, and it would have forced a game 3, and you know how much I love game 3s. Ad break is starting soon. You love a secondary ship. Massachusetts is your favorite. Well, it sounds to me like you have your answer then, don't you? Brandenburg has the best secondary suite for German battleships at Tier 8. Has torpedoes. Does not... Wait, does Brandenburg have torpedoes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember. It doesn't have hydro.
Side. Yeah, it doesn't have hydro.
Yeah, so it's got the standard
Same
German
with
battleship.
Anhalt. But
Right.
Anhalt, again, is more main gun than secondary focused.
Right, and I thought the Anhalt had like a funny torp, didn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Hey, foaming. All right, well, you managed to grab that, but look, your team has found a way to start losing ships like crazy. Shimakaze is low and stuck on an island. Your Ohio is dead now. Oh, there goes the Shimakaze. I would probably hold off on... Okay. Honestly, I'd reload boost here and get another set out for the Shikishima. Or you can turn the other side, then reload boost if you want maximum usage of your reload booster. Looks like that's what you're going to try to do, but the Shiki's already turning into the Haru, because the Harugun was opening up with his guns. Feels bad. That's right, foaming. No hydro, very small health pool. It's definitely a tougher ship. If you're familiar with Tirpitz and you have a Tirpitz, some people prefer Tirpitz simply because it's, you know, tankier. And the guns are bigger. Anyway. You're about to crash the island. Oh, our team depends upon you. You go from having a huge advantage to suddenly, where did my team go? obviously the enemy Shimakaze knows where you are. Now, as soon as you get in the B cap, they will know where you are. It doesn't matter. You just got detected anyway. Hopefully you all saw the shout out for foaming. Go toss that person a follow if you don't mind. He's a really cool dude. Does World of Warships. Also does Manor Lords. Has been very helpful in my Manor Lords streams. I'll talk to you about something when we get done with this this game foaming. But yeah, right, exactly, Cthulhu, exactly. Now you are getting the cap. You are detected, but you are getting the cap. So reverse is okay. It just you don't know what the Shimakaze is gonna, where he's gonna be necessarily. He's probably over here, or he's over here. Right, so you got to be thinking about, aha, there's the torps. Now, Shikishima, last seen going this direction. He might come up the channel and come after you. So I would be very prepared to torp to the left of me at that Shiki.
Torpedoes, direct front.
I'm not sure why you smoked here. Plenty of time left before the end of the game. You're not going to easily win this on points.
Smoke screen set.
Unless you're thinking I'll throw off his torpedoes by waiting for him to torpedo and then go. Note, the Shikishima hasn't shown up yet. Never mind, there he is. Oh, stay broadside to him. Stay broadside to him. If you stay broadside to him, his shells will overpen. And of course, shell hit takes out your torpedo that you're about to fire. Hate when that happens. Shimakaze is using AP on you. That's cute. There's the torp you figured was going to get the kill. And now you just do what we call French radar. You keep shooting at your target. He's using AP so you can bow into him. Smart. Now he tries to go dark, realizing he's about to lose it for his team, and he does. Very nice game, Weatherlight. Very nice game. $106,000 damage. Came in first place. Well deserved. Didn't get quite enough potential damage, but it was a 9v9. All right, not bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay render. This is the one. Ah. I accidentally titled it Render. Oops. So very good early positioning there. I gotta say, you got very lucky that nobody really on the enemy team went wide. Everybody just went in the middle. And by the time somebody went wide, they got punished hard for it because your team went wide. So it really worked out well for you. Doing schleifening things, going around the bottom part. Nailing both the Des Moines and the other dude. So here's the part where it all starts to fall apart for you guys. Haragumo is smoking way in the backfield. He must have hit the wrong button. He probably, yeah, I think he fat-fingered. And this is the part where it's like, oh yeah, we easily have this. And then your Venezia just went into the middle of the map for whatever reason and died. Right? Ohio went over pushed and died. I think it was a Louisiana. Harugumo does kill the Demoine, which is interesting. And then he tries to deal with the Shiki, but Shiki does Shiki things. Oh wow, the Harugumo actually stopped and smoked, and the Shiki shot him in his smoke. Wow. And you were right, Louisiana, Seaver. All right, chat, what are we going to call this replay? This was a pretty crazy game. You okay with there?